guys, this is Cheryl and I'm coming to you from Alaska, and I want to talk to you about the hot tips on how to make money online, and very important. So let's start with tip number 1, and that is you got to be consistent. If you're going to start a home-based business and you're thinking, I'll just do it on the weekend whenever I can, well, that's not going to work. It's a hobby then, right? It's not a business. If you're going to just spend time whenever, or maybe on the weekend, that doesn't work, okay? I mean, when you go to your job, you have to be there, right? You can't just decide you're only going to go whenever. No, and it's the same when you start a business. You got to be there. You got to plan your time, and you got to make sure you know if you're going to spend 10 or 20 hours or whatever your time frame is. You got to mark it down on what days you're going to do it. Sunday through Thursday, Monday through Friday, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. You got to make a plan, because if you're not consistent and starting a business, it's not a business, right? So that's the first tip, very important tip. All right, hot tip number 2, and that is your focus. Very important to have a focus. I mean, what if your friends call and they want to do something, and oh man, that's kind of the slot you had to work your business, right? And they want to go somewhere or do something. They have something going on and you want to be part of it, and you're like, well, it won't matter if I skip a day, right? Well, it matters. It totally matters. You know, it's very important. And then what happens if that a day you wake up and you go, I don't feel like it. You know, I don't want to do it today. I'll skip today. No skipping days. You know, because that isn't going to work. That you're going to end up where you're hardly working it if you start allowing the skipping days. Now, sometimes things happen and you're not able to do it, but you do twice as much the next day or whatever. But as a rule, you should focus. You should always put the time in those days that you planned it, like we talked about in tip number 1, so that you don't mess up your business and end up losing it, or then you're out of business, right? Because it's very important to focus. It really is, because you lose your train of thought. You lose what you're learning. You totally get out of your ability to move forward when you lose the focus. I mean, you could be online, you could be saying, oh, that's a cool business. Oh, maybe I'll join that one. No, don't go jumping around, because when you're jumping around, then you're thinning yourself out and you're going to end up with nothing, because you have too many things on your plate then. I mean, if you can't focus on one, which is vital, and that is a really important rule, anybody that's starting a business, you got to focus. Make that one work, get that one going, and then you can add more income streams. That's how it works. So tip number 2, focus. Don't get distracted. All right, it's time for hot tip number 3. And this one's got a long name to it, but it's very important you understand it, and that is your marketing campaign. Anytime you join a business, you got to have a marketing campaign set up. You have to have a capture page, a sales page, email swipes, an autoresponder. Does that sound like Greek to you? Huh? Well, this is important you understand and know what's going on with that. Now, the capture page is where, you know, when you want more info on something online, you put your email in, right? That's a capture page. Then you flipped over to a sales page that gives you all the information, perhaps with a video that tells you the visual, writes it down, highlights different things, and gives you the cost, right? So that's the whole system. And then of course you get emails that follow up that give you more info, because not everybody jumps in and buys the product right at the beginning. They may need a few emails, a little time to think about it. So that's what the process is for a marketing campaign. Very important process. Now, some companies, they just have an info page. You know, you go to their website and all the info, the products, everything's listed, but it's generic. It's not yours. It's not a capture page, which if you're going to follow up on people that are interested, you need that. You really do if you're going to do a business online. And this is a very important part of doing that. And make sure you stay to the end, because I'm going to give you the solution to this, so don't go away. Hey, time for hot tip number 4. And that is, if you're going to start a business, you got to give it 6 months to a year, because no matter who starts their business, no matter who it is, they don't start in the first month and quit in the first month. I mean, how crazy is that? You've got to give it time. You have to be patient. You have to work at it. It's hard work. It's not a given, you know. You don't start a business online and say, well, it's going to work for me. I don't have to do that much. No. Nobody starts a business like that. It has to be worked. You have to put in work to build a business, to have that dream, that fairy tale life you're looking for, to be able to be home, to be able to go whenever you want to. I mean, these are incredible, fun things to do, but you got to put the time in. You got to put the effort in. I mean, which would you rather do? Go to 95 till you're, 60, whatever that, or do you want to spend 5 years and be retired? I mean, you know, this is an incredible business that will give you all kinds of perks in your life, and family time and freedom. And I get up every day and I plan my day. I go forward with gusto on my terms and enjoy a very wonderful life. And you know, people get in and they're just like, you know, they're going to do it for a few weeks, see if it works. Well, what's that? You start a business and you just 2 weeks. I mean, that's not enough time. That's crazy. Really is. So when you're going to join a business, you're going to be patient and work your business and do what you need to do and build it up and grow and celebrate every win you have as you go, because you will, and it's going to be life-changing. And I just know that some people have this idea that they can get in, they don't really have to do much, and it's going to work. I don't know where you got that idea, because that is not the way of the world. You know that. No matter what business you work in, there are people there that own them in the world that have to work at it, that have to keep track and have to run it. You're going to be running your own business, so it's no less that for you, except for doing a business online is incredibly better than, because you get to work from anywhere. You don't have all the headaches you would if you had an actual brick and mortar business, which is awesome. So we're going to wrap it up. We've gone through 4 hot tips, and the last is all about how we solve some of these things. And that is going to be very eye-opening for you too, because especially with tip number 3, you know, you have to have this marketing campaign. You have to have all the stuff lined up. It's a pretty big deal. And I've gone through all of that. I've done it, but it takes a lot of time, and you don't know what you're doing. And a lot of people, unfortunately, will quit because they're spending time doing stuff that's not going to make them any money. Bottom line there. Now, with the marketing campaign, I can tell you with the business I'm doing, we have the funnel. We have the sales page, which is the whole funnel, right? We have the capture page. They opt in at the beginning. We have the sales page they go to once they get in. They're also in an email series, like 100 emails or so. It's crazy. It's excellent. But you do not do autoresponders. You do not put email swipes in. You don't have to put code in to create your own page. You don't have to do the sales page. You don't have to touch it. It's a funnel that's there and ready to go, which nobody offers. I'm telling you, this is a rare thing to have that all in place. You don't have to worry about it. And that is such a relief, because you really don't have to worry about the selling, because not only is the marketing funnel there for you and you don't have to do anything with it with most every other company. Not only is that there, but you also get a coach that talks to you on the phone and answers your questions and points you in the right direction and tells you what you need to do. Now, that's a no-brainer. Honestly, who has that? That is going to make it a very newbie-friendly system because of those things. And I really appreciate you watching the video. And please, I invite you to go to my link in my description so that you can check it out, because it's amazing. And if you're looking to make money, newbie or not, you can do it with our system. So thanks for watching. Bye from Alaska.